Oh, back to Let's Play Halo 4, where we've got 3 missions left, and one of those being the epilogue, if you want to count that as a mission.
Oh yeah, there's a important thing called the Composer, and I just kept thinking of The World Ends With You.
Yeah. Also, I'm here.
Also, Hyper's here.
Most of me is here.
Yeah.
More of Hyper is here than effort that was put into this video game.
That is an accurate statement.
Yes.
Yes, Hyper has the virus, everyone. But I feel fine.
The Black Plague.
Yeah.
Hyper caught the Doom virus.
I did. Not by my own
You have
choice.
been vaccinated.
Yes. So I feel fine. For those of you who want to know how fine I am, the day that I found out I was positive, I still ran 8.5 miles. So I'm okay.
That is 8.5 more miles than I've run in my life.
Yeah. That's what happens when I get a virus. I get knocked down a mile and a half from what I usually run.
Damn. We watched this cutscene already. I know for a fact.
You know, I don't know how many miles I've run over my entire life because most of my attempts at exercising were just like walking rather than running.
Yeah. Well,
I believe we watched this cutscene as well. Boop.
I do a little walking rather than running.
Actually, I thought you ended the episode before the cutscenes played. I don't know.
No, I watched the cutscenes.
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
Oh no, I think I remember this screen. Okay.
Listen to me. You have to issue the order to evacuate the station.
We've been trying. The Covenant, they've already taken over.
whoops.
Rip.
Why did that kill you?
It's a magic portal thingy.
Deadly portal thing.
Oops.
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
Oh, thank God. When your signal cut off,
Doctor, listen to me. You have to issue the order to evacuate the station.
We've been trying. The Covenant,
New weapon, sticky detonator.
taken over the land.
Ooh.
Send me your coordinates. I'll see what I can do about clearing
It sticks to things and then it detonates.
That is a truthful statement.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Master Chief like actually talks out loud a lot more. Like TLDR for Hyper, he talks out loud a lot more in this game because they're trying to give him some personality and do a little bit of a character thing.
Oh.
I would say a lot of a character thing, actually.
Yeah, he's talking a lot more than I remember him talking, that's for sure.
Considering he never talked in first-person gameplay before, yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. Did we checkpoint? Probably not. Nope.
Sure as shit not.
There was a whole like first cutscene to this game that was basically just two of the most awful people having a back and forth argument over Master Chief.
Audible groans ensued.
Oh, well, I'm glad I missed that.
The Covenant.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it also set up the thematic elements of this game.
Yeah, it did.
You heard me right. This game has thematic elements.
Thematic elements in the Halo game.
There's a moment where like Dr. Halsey is like saying to the other guy who is also terrible that like, you know, that his problem is basically like viewing the Spartans as just like military hardware kind of thing. And like that's a good line. That's like that's you know,
I can get behind that.
She actually has a good point there. And then she immediately follows that up with like how they are the next, like the Spartans are the next evolution of humanity, and I just out loud went, oh, okay.
You had a good thing going there, and then you immediately ruined it.
She also literally has a line, an actual line saying how like, well, children are easier to indoctrinate.
Yeah.
She's just like, children are easy to kidnap.
Well, yeah, children are easier to indoctrinate, and because their bodies aren't as developed, they adapt to the implants better.
Well, we can mutate them better.
Also, they don't know any better either.
You get like,
oh, that's the thing. They don't have to know better because they're getting kidnapped. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is why Brute was saying Dr. Halsey was the worst in Halo Reach.
Yeah, she's pretty bad.
I've read the books. She's even worse. It gets worse.
How does it get worse?
So there's a co-op campaign to this game that we won't be seeing because it sucks to play through it alone, and it's only barely relevant. But she pretty functionally just starts working with the Covenant Splinter Cell to use Forerunner technology for her own game.
Wow.
Thanks, I hate it.
Also, there was this colonel guy demanding that the chief hand over Cortana to him.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. Just had an aneurysm screaming at it, like, get over there!
And Chief's just like, I refuse to comply with that order, sir.
He literally just says, no, sir.
Absolutely not. Chief, why does it sound like you have a head cold? I've been in stasis for a lot of years, Colonel.
He was a captain, technically. Navy and all that.
To be fair, the aneurysm started after Cortana, fried the machinery in the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I'm not saying he was wrong to demand to follow protocol. I'm just saying he was a dick about it, so anything he says is irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can get behind that.
There could have been a better way that went down, and you chose not to do that.
And then
Cortana wouldn't have fried the machinery if he hadn't insisted on getting off the planet, despite that being literally the worst course of action possible.
He also tried to get people to apprehend the Master Chief, and literally everyone was just like, are you kidding?
Excuse. It's like, we don't want to die. That's just a dumb idea.
There was a really cool moment with that one specific Marine who comes in with Master Chief in the room, and he's like, I asked for this fully decked out, basically combat air based vehicle to help apprehend you if you'd already gotten away, and the implication is basically I got this for you, just take it.
I took this in case you tried to escape. Oh no,
wink,
the keys
wink.
are. Oh no, the keys are conveniently left in it. Oh darn, whatever will I do?
Oh, darn.
Like when you're not allowed to do this, that's an order. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, my hand slipped.
Like one of those artist memes, my hand slipped, entire drawing.
Yeah.
Having fun?
No.
Sorry.
I missed the original trilogy. Ow.
Could be worse. Could have COVID.
It could be Halo 5.
And you could also have COVID while playing it.
Let's not tempt fate, considering Kurt's immune system.
Yeah, right. I just had 2 organs taken out. I don't need this.
Well, now I'm the asshole. How the roles have reversed.
Pardon?
How the turntables.
Yes.
Can this just fucking die? Jesus, I'm so fucking tired of this game.
Also, universe, please keep Broody as healthy as you can.
I've actually caught a cold pretty recently, so...
I said as healthy as you can. I'm not asking for miracles here. Miracles.
You're all gonna be sick, you fucking...
Miracle.
I desperately hope you know why all this is happening. Because to be honest, my objectivity isn't doing me a whole lot of good right now. Hold on. I'll start us down.
Chief is so tall.
The device you recovered was a
It's true.
He's genetically engineered.
The commander of that ship wants it back.
Like 7 feet tall.
It's like they made him that way or something. Oh.
It can't
Yeah, then there was like the 4th gen Spartan who's like, thought you'd be taller.
As she's actively shorter than he is.
It's not a matter of size. It took 3
Thanks,
months.
half pint.
And the biggest starship the UNSC could throw at it just to relocate it here. Unless you're a lot stronger than you look. It's not going anywhere.
Can you give Cortana access to the station's supply manifest?
What for?
If we can't move the composer, we have to make sure the Didact can't either.
Oh, wait. We have years of work invested here.
Everyone will die.
7 excavation grade havoc.
Literally everyone.
Space in Nyathera.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Keep routing your people to the evac centers. Once we take care of the composer, you won't have much time.
I'll make sure the nukes are primed so you can detonate them remotely. Maybe next time you rescue us, you can give us more time to pack.
Next time.
I hate this shotgun.
It doesn't look good.
It looks like a subpar shotgun.
It doesn't look like a shotgun.
It doesn't look like a freaking gun.
Looks
looks-
like a paper mache gun
This
that a
looks-
kid made in art class.
It looks like a machine that dispenses ice cream. This is the mythical McDonald's ice cream machine that's always breaking down.
Or some kind of weird, like, laser rifle.
The station should be equipped with outer turrets.
Fucking.
We can reactivate them. I can program the station's defenses. to
Kenny,
cover for the
be careful. That's millions of dollars worth of equipment.
So if the thing with this game is that the plot is alright, but the game kind of sucks, is Halo 5 just like the plot also sucks?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
It's the gameplay is even worse and the plot's bad.
Oh no.
And that's why the series went dormant for a little while.
Officer, seal the door behind me.
I can spell it out for you in one phrase. They added aiming down sights. Which is to say, if there's anything that shows me you don't understand Halo, it's that you added aiming down sights.
They tried to make a Call of Duty.
Like there's just a laser reticle everywhere you're pointing your gun?
No, like when I right click in this game, it zooms in, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I push the button in Halo 5, it does like the Call of Duty thing where you raise the gun up to your eye,
And aim.
like I'm aiming down the sights.
Yeah.
I've never played Call of Duty, but I kind of get the idea.
Well, I mean, any Call of Duty first, like, sure, you've seen clips of something inspired in that genre, where instead of just zooming in the camera, they raise the gun to your eye level.
Like in Metroid Prime when you hit the button and then you have like free range with the cannon, but it's like very zoomed in and it takes like your focus out.
Halo 5 come out anyway?
2015.
Ah.
See him. At the airlock.
I think that's the last of them. Let's go. The battle net's directing all troops to our position.
And a lot of Halo 4's worst gameplay elements is just the level design and the enemy placement.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, we were talking last time about how it felt like filler.
Yeah, because it feels like you're just running around, not making any progress, and you just have to keep shooting guys until it finally tells you, like, oh, you made progress.
Yeah, that was one of the things, was a lot of, like, kind of repeat, just multiple, the word is escaping me, monotonous objectives. The other thing was also just, like, hey, why design, like, why put a lot of effort into designing a map in a good way for the combat and strategically placing the enemies when you can just throw 24 enemies into, like, an open area?
Do a frickin' corridor and call it a day.
Yeah.
Especially when they hit like that. Ugh.
A corridor or just, like, a wide open space, like forest clearing.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, this is one of 3 missions that you have left.
Oh, I've come to terms with this game a long time ago, don't worry. Enjoy the cold vacuum of space.
Was one of the 2 after this just the epilogue, though?
Yep. Yeah, Hyper, you've missed some stellar gameplay design, like, here's a task, repeat it twice. And then they do that like 4 times.
Oh man, I'm sure glad that... I'm sure sad that I missed such riveting gameplay, such as repeat the same monotonous task twice.
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
I'm here. Any luck?
Cortana's bringing the defense grid online now.
Okay. That's it.
I hear it. We'll broadcast the final evac orders.
The nuke?
We're rigging it now. Meet us back on the upper platform and we'll help you get it to the artifact.
Chief, If we pull this off and actually...
Don't say anything.
Yeah, I can hear how Cortana's bugging out a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So much for iframes.
And that's not the half of it. It's stated that like the thing with her is kind of like what was it? It was something like relative to the amount of knowledge that she has.
She thinks herself to death because she exponentially multiplies based on her total knowledge base.
Yeah.
And Cortana's one smart cookie.
Yeah, she is.
God.
Brutal.
I hate this fucking enemy design, dude.
Oh yeah, if you've noticed, they also like redesigned all the enemy models, and they don't really
Look good?
we don't really care for how they look as much.
I don't care for much of how anything looks in this game, to be honest. There's a couple of standouts, but by and large...
Because these are the same, technically the same enemies we were seeing in previous games, but they don't really look the same.
Nothing is worse to me than that sword and the battle rifle.
Ugh.
It's a total art design shift because it's a new company, and it doesn't work out.
Chief, you can't let them tell him it's here.
Dr. Tilson, the composer's location's compromised. You've got to get that nuke down here.
It's not ready yet.
Ready or not, I need it now.
They're throwing everything they've got at us to get the composer.
Ow, that hurt. Bless you.
The idea of a mech segment is cool, but I don't know how much I actually like them from looking at them, because it seems very slow and not as tanky as I would hope.
It's a really cool set piece when you're on the Infinity early on. This mech set piece, not as good.
No. Pretty terrible.
Another way.
This is the worst Metal Gear ripoff I've ever seen.
Probably more like Armored Core.
Mechason? Sucks to be that guy in particular.
Yes.
Ow. Ow. Stop.
Please stop shooting me. Thank you for stop shooting me.
Also, we didn't crack through the ice right there.
That's just glass.
Oh.
Well, probably like
Give
a reinforced
I'll give
glass.
them
of
that
some
at least
sort.
they seem to give you a lot of leeway on like not immediately dying even when your health gauge is empty. Which is good considering how slow you are.
Banshees.
Remember when Halo had tightly designed combat segments?
Yes,
Yes, I do.
I miss it.
Alright, there's a light at the end of this tunnel.
And what is that?
Halo Infinite.
Okay.
It's a long tunnel, but... Too bad
Halo
get
Infinite is the reason that this series of LPs ends on a positive note, unlike Dead Space.
Womp.
Dead Space does that on the most hilarious fuck you known to man, though. So,
Everyone dies, the end.
the fuck? So at
Yeah,
least it has
crash
that
the car
destination.
again.
Maybe I shouldn't be saying that in a video that's not Dead Space, but I don't know.
It's fine.
That's something I should keep in consideration, though, is like, oh yeah, the people haven't necessarily seen every video we've put out.
They haven't?
Head back to the elevator platform. I'll keep trying to raise her.
Well, maybe they should.
Shameless plug.
Watch everything.
Yeah.
The end.
Consume.
Consume product. Consume Let's Play.
Consume content.
I recommend Nightcry and Parasite Eve.
I would recommend Nightcry and Parasite Eve. Also, the Resident Evil 4 Grudge match. It's a good one.
If you wanted an hour of Hyper and Brute all to yourself, it's in the Resident Evil 4 Grudge match.
Yeah, if you want to watch a brute angrily replay an hour and a half of a video game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With no one to keep him company but Hyper.
Start us up.
I wasn't going to sit through that again.
Bastard.
That just shows you who your real friends are.
I can rely on Hyper.
Chief, immense Casimir wave building outside the atrium.
Say what you will. I mean,
Oops.
yeah, whatever.
Say what you will, end of sentence.
Yeah, say what you will. I mean, yeah. End of sentence. I mean,
What is he doing?
I don't need
Grabbing the composer.
to defend this stance.
I think you do.
Though I seriously don't know what that guy what's happening over there.
The Didax getting the composer.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yes. That is pretty bad.
Don't think about the didact.
And
Think about the composer. Only focus on finding me Tilson.
Tilson, Sandra Kay, female, 51 years of age, doctor of archaeology, Pegasi Institute. Got her! Biosignature stable on 350 level. B deck.
Thank you, Cortana.
Can I go now?
No.
Loading. Or something.
Remember when loading times weren't really a problem?
Yeah. This game's contemporaries had better loading than this.
They've compromised the station's hull.
The didact's taken the composer. Get these people to the evac centers.
Taken how?
Tap the flight deck. Find us something that can carry a payload.
Wait. Something's happening.
Uh-oh.
Yes, the plot.
Cortana, can you access the station's defense systems?
They're not responding.
Cortana,
Chief, it's...
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
By the way, Chief is immune to it. Specifically, only Chief. There's plot lore reasons.
Yeah, he was genetically modified by someone called the Librarian. Don't worry about it. It happens.
Yeah,
It's a good thing he has plot armor.
quite literally.
She can take any form she wants, and she takes a form that doesn't have shoes.
Yeah. I'm not dead.
You okay? I monitored the data pulse. I could hear them. What was left of them?
we need to move.
These people are gone.
And more will follow if the Didact reaches Earth.
They'll pair you with another AI. Maybe even another Cortana model if Halsey lets them.
That's not going to happen.
It won't be me. You know that, right? Spinning up a broadsword in Hangar C-11. Whatever the librarian did to you obviously worked.
Cortana. It's not over. Not yet.
Not yet.
I really respect that the guy who's voiced the Master Chief through all of these games manages to pull a genuinely good performance. Not that he didn't do a good job in the other games, but he had to bring a different level to this game, and he just fucking does.
Yeah.
I mean,
He knows the character.
And you have to keep the consideration that like it's just kind of it's a fortunate thing that it worked out basically, because for the initial game he was hired for, they didn't have to hire someone who was going to be able to bring that level of performance.
It's true. They just hired a radio DJ. Literally, he was like a radio. I don't know if DJ specifically, but he worked in radio. So he would have necessary experience, but not necessarily be an actor. But he manages to pull it off. And I don't know how any of the behind the scenes on that. So I don't know if that was just he actually has that natural talent, or if he took some classes to help with that, or what. But he pulls a damn good job out of this game.
Approaching the Didact 200 kilometers.
It's particularly impressive because it's a really difficult balance to pull off as a stoic character still showing emotion while we're maintaining their stoic nature.
For slip space.
No. But the
Actions often speak louder than words, so when he says something but does something else, that can also reflect in the performance. So it's a combination of the actor, the director, the
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of elements that go into it.
Yeah.
I was just honing in on the one that impressed me the most in particular, which was this guy.
We'll be safe as long as
He brings the weight
Didact shields.
Where's the composer?
Close.
in ways that
Be able to guide us to it.
even Halo 3 only sort of touched on.
There also could be the fact that he knows the character and he's played the character long enough that he can... Oops. He can make those sort of choices, like, all right, what does this guy look like when he shows emotion?
Hull integrity is stable.
What emotion he has?
And it's
like that.
it's an absolutely impressive job on a, like I said, a difficult
Should be able to guide
archetype to do successfully.
It's always fun to do more stoic characters because... Ooh,
I don't even know what I hit. Like, I guess I hit that turret? I don't know.
I think you hit the bullets and the turret.
Broadsword's hull integrity is stable. We'll be safe as long as we stay below the Didact shields.
Where's the composer?
Close. I should be able to guide us to it.
But yeah, that balance of like stoicism but showing emotion through that is a uniquely difficult but interesting thing to pull off, and I've always been impressed that the gentleman who voices
J Dude did it.
Yeah, which is just like, I don't know what his experience is. Of course, I don't know what he's done and hasn't done outside of those two things, being the Master Chief and radio work. So for all I know, he's equally as trained as anyone else. I just think it's an impressive performance.
Broadsword's hull integrity is stable. We'll be safe as long as
For
we
sure.
stay below the Didact shields.
Where's the composer?
Close.
And the one thing I give to the 343 Industries games that the Bungie games didn't do is they give the guy a chance to really play a character and not just have like quippy lines of dialogue as the Master Chief.
Transmission.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say that he didn't get some emotional moments, like in 3 when he finally reunites with Cortana. There's a similar level of like,
As long as we stay below the Didact
well, acting there,
Where's the composer?
for lack of a better explanation.
should be able to guide us.
But there's a lot more of that kind of thing in this game, and it's the performances of the two leads really sell it.
Talking onto his transmission.
Yes.
He's at the composer. We can take them both out.
Where is the composer? He's in an alternate reality playing Tin Pin Slammer.
There was I think it was an interview that I watched where the guy who voices the Master Chief explains how, like, you know, originally it was just a job, you know, some easy cash. Show up, voice a few lines with, you know, a distinct voice, because you have a distinct voice, and then go home. And then it turned into this massive franchise, and it's like, how about that?
Sometimes how it happens, man.
Affirmative, sir. Where's the captain?
Fleetcom didn't take too kindly to his abandoning you on Requiem. I'm afraid I'll have to do.
Oof.
The Didact's got the composer. We're in a broadsword carrying a Havoc-grade payload. On approach to deliver.
Let's see if we can grease the wheels for you. All ships, prepare to engage.
Ow. Ow. Can you
It's not my
not?
favorite sound design.
No.
There's a couple of things that stand out. Like a lot of the human weapons do make really good noises, but that hit sound is rough.
Yeah. It sounds rough, and it is rough.
It's like it cuts off too soon or something.
Yeah.
Orbital Defense Command, this is Fleetcom. Hostile inbound. Proceed to condition red. This is Earth Orbital Defense.
Every time, it's just so abrupt.
Yeah, it sounds funny. Dunk. Dunk.
Buzz droids.
Fleetcom, battle group has reached Didact's ship.
I can make the sound too.
Clear to engage.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know how loud that was. Sorry if that was actually more horrendous than I expected it to be.
I didn't kidding?
And do we start all over again?
No, it's checkpoints.
Oh, thank God. Because I was gonna say, like, really, man?
Halo had really good vehicle segments once upon a time. You kidding? You bumped me down and then made me explode.
Oh, it just occurred. Wait, is this like? It just occurred to me. Is it like we're doing this instead of like a Warthog escape sequence?
Yes.
I hate that.
We're doing a drop. We're doing a fly in instead of an escape on a Warthog.
I hate that. I significantly hate that. I was looking forward to that.
Not today.
There it is. No, wait.
Your disappointment is immeasurable and your day is ruined.
But yeah, I had to play Halo 5 or 4.
We'll take care of the guns.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Oh.
So who's ready for destroy blank more things?
I'm not. I hate it.
Good laser sound.
Yeah.
Bad hit sound.
Yeah.
Stock explosion sound.
Two cannons neutralized. Two to go.
I didn't hit it! I was beneath it! Ugh. My God, I gotta do it all over again.
There it is. No, wait.
Infinity, the Dyndac just closed off our entrance to the composer.
We can try punching a hole in that hull plating, but Infinity won't be able to get a clear shot with all that black.
We'll take care of the guns.
Like, I still can't. We've talked about it enough, but I can't get over it. That particular hit sound when you're in this vehicle is like uniquely bad.
Oh, it's not good.
Whatever you're doing's working. Clear up the approach, and Infinity can drop in to punch a hole for you.
Because I remember the sound design coming up in an earlier episode, but like nothing stood out to me as much as that does.
It's a mixed bag. As I said, I like a lot of the gun sounds, but only on the human guns. I think a lot of the laser weaponry sounds really stock pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew attack.
Copy, Cortana. Weapons. Repair firing solution. I promised to get the chief inside that ship, and I'm not about to let that man down.
That's the last one. Infinity, you're clear.
Roger that, Chief. You might want to back up a little. Main battery?
Stop the composer.
Clean hit. We're proceeding to insertion.
Acknowledged.
Don't get your hopes up yet. We still got the rest of a level to do.
Make sure you get the didact armor covered. Infinity out.
And I assure you, it's as obnoxious as it sounds like it's gonna be.
Do a barrel roll.
I don't think this is going to end well.
Ah, we're fine. Remember, we literally have plot armor.
Now
Told
what
ya.
do we do?
Finish the fight.
We take that nuke and we walk it.
Oh, I bet I was gonna say something a little cooler than that.
Look at what they did to my battle rifle! Motherfuckers! What's up?
I know I'm supposed to know what to do, but
We'll have to deploy the warhead manually. How and where?
I always know what to do. Just give me a second.
Keep scanning for the composer. We'll figure it out on the way.
Where reason does not stop you, perhaps force can at least delay you.
What reason has he honestly thrown at us? Oh, just give up. Oh, just let humanity get destroyed. It's fine, bro. You can't stop me, so because I said so, so you shouldn't even try.
Well,
I recommend entering the doorway to your left.
we don't listen to reason like
I did say the didact was the weaker part of this story.
I kind of like
One
that
of the
gun.
Forerunners, he seems kind of dumb.
Yeah. He is, in universe, kind of a dummy.
An energy signature ahead. I think it's a transit system like on Requiem. Find a way to access it. I'll try to route us to the composer. Put me in the system.
Is this the secret you've kept from me? This evolving Anstca.
Didact knows I'm in the system. Hurry, go! Portal!
I sense your malfunctioning companion.
Good game.
And yet,
There you go. See, he had a scatter shot, so my chances of survival were not.
Hi.
I had a scatter shot too.
Opening another portal.
You know how the okay, so the scatter shot is this Forerunner shotgun, right?
Uh-huh.
You know how similar it looks to the human shotgun?
Sure does.
Okay.
Well. He said not today.
Alright, whatever.
Another portal.
I'm leaving.
Sorry. I can't control what my processes are doing. The stronger threats keep reprioritizing themselves over me.
What about the didact?
I can't hide much longer. I'll try to move you to the composer again.
Just kind of stood there.
He sure did.
Wait, was he turned around? He looked like he was facing you.
Nope, his back was to me.
Ah.
Portal open. Far side of the room.
Great. Cool. Yeah. Great. Cool. Yeah. Cool. There's just a fucking legion of enemies and I don't know what to do.
Pray for mercy.
Looks like die.
then perish.
Perish.
I can't hide much longer. I'll try to move you to the composer again.
I'll just take a big FU Ganon.
I mean, why not?
Got nothing to lose.
Actually, quite literally all of existence, but, you know.
No pressure.
God damn it! I hate this level design so much. I know I should be trying to just fight all those guys, but it's so obnoxious.
What about the didact?
I can't hide much longer. I'll try to move you to the composer again.
Yeah, we've determined previously that you would enjoy this game's like story presentation more if you didn't have to play the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portal open! Far side of the room!
Uh-oh.
What about the didact?
I can't hide much longer.
You should play after the dialogue.
Composer again.
But then you can't choose your weapons.
Portal open! Far side of the room!
Whew.
Where are you?
The didact's blocking the composer from me.
You know, the didact I can kind of understand. I never really understood how the grave mind messed with Cortana.
He's able to interface with technology.
Weird.
He's a being who's been gathering intelligence of different beings for millennium. Somewhere along the way, he determined a method to interface with technology.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, like, realistically, Cortana probably isn't the first AI he's encountered. I mean, like, oh.
There's the flood killing the Forerunners wasn't even the second or third, let alone first time they've done that.
Yeah.
Can I just leave? It's supposed to be a defense segment, but if I just walk away, does it work?
Hi, Cabela. What?
not allowed. You must waste this much time before we will let you progress.
Ah.
I'm holding the button.
Those are distinctly not good boys.
Those turrets sure are good at missing every shot. Can't do this alone, not this time. Not once have I done this alone.
That's right. We've been here through several games, damn it.
I suppose you were alone for an amount of time in Halo 3.
Yeah, but we didn't do a big bad guy thing alone.
No.
How do we get over there?
Can barely. End of the ramp. If we time it right, our momentum should carry us through the low gravity. Chief, once that warhead is primed, the window for getting out of here is going to be pretty slim.
I know.
Activity! Significant slip space event building under the composer.
He's powering it up.
Well, here we are.
The Didact shielded himself inside the composer. The nuke won't do us any good unless we can disable that barrier. Find me a terminal. I've got to do something you're not going to like.
What did you just do?
I ejected my rampant personality spikes into the If I do that in each of those beams, the copies can overwhelm the composer's shielding. Get ready!
I love... It's not a lot of dialogue, it's just panicked pulling Cortana out of the system. Like I said, this game's got great character stuff. I just don't want to play it. And that's why.
Yeah.
And of course, one of our final objectives is, here's the monotonous task, do it twice.
Yeah. And that first one didn't count.
No. We gotta do it 2 more times. I gotta give him one thing. This track's pretty good.
One of the few things.
Chief, he could fire the composer at any moment. Plug me in. That's it. It's working.
We did this 2 or 3 times. I don't even remember. I think it's 3.
Ugh.
There do seem to be 4 platforms, yeah.
Thanks, I hate it.
I didn't know you could do that to those guys.
That was the most entertaining part of this game I've seen so far.
I think it's just twice. Yeah.
You had to get to this platform, though.
Yeah.
Well, this music is really good.
It's the one track that stands out in this game.
It sure does.
Yeah.
This is the first track I've heard that makes it sound like a Halo game. Getting there.
Not even like I want to run past all the, or like I know that running past all the enemies isn't necessarily the smartest plan, but there's so many of them. It takes so long.
I understand, but sometimes patience favors the victor.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I'm with her on this one. Nah.
You should try fighting the secret boss in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I should, you know, get around to being able to play the game first.
Yeah, then fight the secret boss and tell me how being really aggressive is gonna... Yeah.
Take a hammer and go wham, 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 wham.
But yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's because you use a key in that game. Whack, 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 whack.
Yeah.
Oh, it checkpointed me, thank God. It throws so much at you.
Well, it is one of the final gauntlets before the final boss, I presume. So.
That's the problem. It's a gauntlet. It does not befit the style that this game is going for.
Man, the casing for that nuke is really impenetrable.
Well, you'd hate for it to go off early, huh?
Yeah. Be real bad.
Checkpoint. Oh, hallelujah.
That's good. Was that the Droideka blaster sound effects that I heard for a second? Pew, pew.
How do you take cover from that?
Get good? I don't know.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Ugh.
Hey man, I didn't have a very good idea for you either, so that's... When in doubt... Dark Souls logic.
When you have nothing else to say, just tell them, play the video game better.
It could.
Yep. This is a strategy.
The lamest strategy known to man.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
God damn it!
The flying guy. It's a real pain. They really throw a lot of enemies at you here.
Yeah, too many.
They want you to really feel like a one-man army.
Then I should be able to tear through them with minimal problem.
Yes.
Cortana, I can't do this anymore. I wanted this
I like
section
how
to be...
apparently he can't survive that fall, considering the falls he's had.
Falling into atmosphere, no problem.
Yeah.
Falling into the composer.
Done. No, what I was gonna say is, I forget what I was gonna say. It's fine.
No, that's cool.
All right.
And yet, still you fail.
Oh dear. That's not good. Oh. And of course, we're gonna have to fight enemies to get there.
What?
What hit you?
His gun.
What? Did he throw his gun at you?
No, he shot me. What do you mean?
No, I didn't see a bullet fly.
It's lasers. It just pierced me and fucking killed me because it's the binary rifle and decides that I don't exist anymore.
Like that?
Kind of like that, except that was the incineration cannon, so it explodes and decides I don't exist anymore.
Guess we should call this episode.
Slight differences.
We should call this episode I Don't Exist Anymore.
But we still do.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, you are clearly playing Halo. You still clearly exist.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, you exist.
Speak for yourself.
Whether or not you are, you know...
Alright, let's beat the video game.
Okay. Oh.
You persist
Just-
too long after your own defeat. Come then, warrior. Have your resolution.
Oh,
Oh, he's still got force powers.
So misguided.
all right, Vader.
Humanity's imprisonment is a kindness.
Uh-oh.
In that case, you won't mind if we return the favor.
Your compassion for mankind is misplaced.
I'm not doing this for mankind.
You ever want a QTE for our final boss?
Oh, yay.
That's a little lame, but I have to admit I was kind of wondering, like, how the hell are you supposed to beat the Diadact if he can just kind of, like, force hold you?
Pushing the F key.
Thanks, Cortana.
Best girl. Bye-bye.
That's it. That's the final boss.
Oh, we messed up. As in, God messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
This final cutscene makes almost everything worth it.
Cortana. Cortana, do you read? Cortana, come in. How?
Oh, I'm the strangest thing you've seen all day?
But if we're here,
It worked. You did it. Just like you always do.
So how do we get out of here?
I'm not coming with you this time.
What?
Most of me is down there. I only held enough back to get you off the ship.
No. That's not... We go together.
It's already done.
I am not leaving you here.
John. I've waited so long to do that.
It was my job to take care of you.
We were supposed to take care of each other. And we did.
Cortana, please. Wait.
Welcome home, John.
Actual, Pelican 9-6er. We found him.
Mind if I join you?
Of course not, sir.
At ease, Chief. Feels kinda odd for you to call me sir. Beautiful, isn't she? I don't get to see her often enough. I grew up in New Harmony. Attended Corbulo Military Academy. Never saw Earth in person until I was an adult, but I still think of her as home. You don't talk much, do you? Chief, I won't pretend to know how you feel. And I've lost people I care about, but never anything like you're going through.
Our duty as soldiers is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
You say that like soldiers and humanity are two different things. I mean, soldiers aren't machines. We're just people. I'll let you have the deck to yourself.
She said that to me once. About being a machine.
What a fucking phenomenal cutscene after all the shit I just had to play.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Why couldn't the whole game have been like that?
I know, right?
Because there had to be gameplay.
Yeah, but not like this.
Yeah, press the key on the keyboard to defeat the big bad.
Oh.
I mean, if that would have happened...
We taste only defeat. I ask why.
Mic off.
Forerunners, guardians of all that exists. The roots of the galaxy have grown deep under our careful tending. Where there is life, the wisdom of our countless generations has saturated the soil. Our strength is a luminous sun towards which all intelligence blossoms, and the impervious shelter beneath which it has prospered.
Mic on.
I stand before you, accused of the sin of ensuring Forerunner ascendancy, of attempting to save us from this fate where we are forced to recede. Humanity stands as the greatest threat in the galaxy. Refusing to eradicate them is a fool's gambit. We squander eons in the darkness while they seize our triumphs for their own. The mantle of responsibility for all things belongs to Forerunners alone. Think of my acts as you will, but do not doubt the reality. The reclamation has already begun, and we are hopeless to stop it.
So the guy who spent the whole game literally telling you your like attempts were hopeless earlier admitted that his attempts to stop this were hopeless?
Yes.
Yes.
That's stupid.
Oh, shit. Alright, look, final thoughts time, right? I'm so incredibly torn on this game because its gameplay kind of blows, but half of its story is so phenomenal that I almost don't care about how bad I think the other half of the story is. Because this is functionally two stories in one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it plot and subplot because they feel equal in importance.
Yeah, it feels like they're happening parallel and not, like...
The Chief Cortana story is fucking phenomenal all the way through, down to that last cutscene being one of the highlights of the series for me. I just hate that I have to play this video game to experience that. And it's muddied with the didact stuff that probably just deserved to be fleshed out as its own story in a future installment instead of being mixed in with this one. I don't know why we couldn't have just focused on the Chief Cortana story and had just the Covenant be the bad guys. That's enough of a, well, we can't let them do something bad without having this villain who deserved to be fleshed out in his own right. And, of course, it's all bogged down by this atrocious enemy placement where they just send waves of enemies after you constantly. And the new enemy types are ridiculously annoying to fight, don't give you much room to maneuver, while fighting the Covenant is generally fine, they still overwhelm you with numbers. It's rough. The weapons themselves all feel fine, but most of them look awful. The redesigns in this game are terrible, both for weapons and for like the Spartan armor and stuff. Absolutely the worst. But I think the biggest missed opportunity is not putting all of the attention on the Chief Cortana story. Because what's there is some of the best character work in this series. And I just want more of that. Instead of, well, there's also this big alien Forerunner douchebag running around doing stuff. I don't know why we needed that when it could have just as easily have been the Covenant found a composer, and we don't have to introduce a new villain just to immediately waste him.
Yeah.
From the little bit that I saw, gameplay was choppy at best. Those last couple of cutscenes, very good. Kind of a subpar final boss just to have it to be a QTE event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't get over how good the Chief Cortana plot is and how good the characterization is and the interactions. Those of you who were here from the beginning of the game saw some of the early stuff in the game being really good too, as far as those interactions go. From top to bottom, every time Master Chief and Cortana speak to each other, it's fantastic work. It's just everything surrounding that feels so much worse and less inspired, I guess. It almost feels like that's what they wanted to do, but someone somewhere was like, no, you have to have a big bad villain. Or something. Like, so they were convinced that a character-driven plot alone wasn't enough to carry a Halo game or something, which is an absurd idea. Not that it has a history of those kind of plots, but character-driven plots can carry just about anything if you do it right. Unfortunate. Yeah, and I have nothing else to add to that. Those are my thoughts.
I don't really either, but on that note, I will point out this is technically the conclusion of two things. So, do you have any extra final thoughts on the Master Chief Collection?
Yeah, I guess since this is the last time we'll be opening the MCC, I am beyond happy that they have the vast majority of the series in one collection and that it is available on PC and especially available on Steam. Opening up this series to a generation of player base and a generation to some degree who wouldn't have experienced it the way I did, and others would have, of course, is fantastic. I'm all about that kind of thing in a general sense, and being able to support a series that I enjoy with monetarily is great. It has a lot of flaws, however, completely ruining the flow of the games as they were intended with these non-diegetic loading screens, I guess, where they're just like static images and an explanation of what the next level is, as opposed to Halo 1, which had like an image of the Halo ring being your loading screen that fit the theme a lot better and that kind of thing. Also, there's a lot of bugs that still exist here and there, and some stuff just doesn't transfer one-to-one. You can tell a lot of the vehicles weren't designed to be driven with a mouse and keyboard. So it's not a perfect translation of what I experienced as a kid playing these on the Xbox, but I guess that was probably just never going to be the way it was going to be. The important part is that a lot of work did go into bringing these to PC at all. And while it's not a one-for-one how I would like them to be, them being available, period, is fantastic, because for a long time these were locked on old hardware. Some of these games are locked on very old hardware. And being able to just knowing that people who would have missed out on this, be it because of, there's a whole generation below me now who just they doesn't have this experience. I'm not the new young generation anymore. I'm the one above that. So there's kids born in like the mid 2000s who are teenagers now, and if they're playing PC games, they have this opportunity to experience this series that when I was a kid I experienced and opened me up to playing different types of video games besides just like Pokemon. So there's this whole that cool nostalgic like preservation element to it that I appreciate a lot. That was a hell of a ramble.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So in short, Halo 4, not great, but has a lot of the best character work in the series. The MCC, not perfect, but anything that preserves games and anything close to the original format is great. And I hope that this has opened up a door for people who have always just been PC gamers, maybe even, grown adults who just never played consoles or didn't have an Xbox or whatever. Opens the door to anybody who hasn't gotten to play these games yet, because while I gave Halo 4 a lot of shit, there's still, 5 other games in this collection that are fantastic?
Yeah, and I'm in that camp. I mean, like, I haven't actually gotten around to playing it because I have literally 1,000 games in my backlog at this point, but it's something I had a friend who had an Xbox. I never had an Xbox myself, and I liked the game enough that I wanted to play it, but it couldn't obviously just like get an Xbox just for Halo when budget is limited, such and so forth. Xbox wasn't the priority, so I just never really had the opportunity to play it, and I found out there are PC versions, but then it's like only the first two, so I was like, well, if I can't even play the whole trilogy, why bother? So this gives me the opportunity to actually be able to play them finally at some point.
And I guess one little capstone to everything. While we're not done with the series, we are done with what I would consider my nostalgic experience with the series, 1 through 4, the ones that I played. Even Halo 4 I played for the first time when I was... Well, shit, this game came out not long before I would have joined the forums back in the day.
Yeah.
So, what we've gone through is basically from Halo 1 to Halo 4, including Reach and ODST, is a nostalgic walkthrough of the series that really got me into playing video games outside of, like, the Pokemon and a little bit of Mario and Zelda, I was a really niche, those were my things, and then I played these, and it kind of opened up my world, so this has been an interesting series of LPs just to showcase something that I consider very important to... More or less, without this series, I probably wouldn't be doing this thing with these people, so...
Yeah.
There's a degree there's a degree of importance to this that going forward won't be carried on, because as much as I don't like Halo 5, and as much as I like Halo Infinite, I'm not nostalgic for it because it came out when I was 23 years old. I might be nostalgic for it in the future, but as it is now, when we will be LPing it, it's just a new game that came out that I like a lot. As opposed to all these other Halo games where some of them I was literally a child and was shaped by them. So, yeah, I guess that's all my little thoughts there. Anything anyone wants to add in there?
I think I pretty much added anything I could.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right, well, this has been Halo 4 the movie at 1 hour 40 minutes. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.